In this video, I'm going to show you guys the best budget gaming monitors for Fortnite. These are by far the best monitors if we're talking pure performance on a budget. What's crazy to me is that these monitors will all be 240Hz, so don't worry, you're definitely getting great performance. All the Amazon links will be in the description for you guys to check out. It's just easier for you to find it there. But with that out of the way, let's get into the first monitor. The first one we have here is the Acer Nitro 24.5-inch 1080p to 80Hz monitor. This Acer monitor goes for only $129, which is kind of crazy considering that this monitor is genuinely one of the best in the market. Acer is a pretty well-known brand and they have some of the best budget monitors, contending with most high-end monitor brands despite being relatively cheap. This monitor is basically 24-inch, which is a perfect size for a 1080p monitor. In general, you want a 24-inch to be 1080p, and anything higher should be around 1440p for you to feel the quality difference. 1080p on a 24-inch monitor should work just fine. This monitor has AMD FreeSync Premium, which should reduce screen tear. The monitor obviously goes up to 280Hz, which is crazy. This monitor has a better refresh rate than my monitor, and I had to pay more to get this one. Once you buy this monitor, I doubt that you'll find any good reason to buy a different one. The only issue with it is that it's a VA panel and I haven't tried it. VA panels should be fine in most cases, but for a game like Fortnite or just gaming in general, it's not the best. The ghosting is pretty bad on some VA panels, and I've learned that from experience. However, most modern monitors that have VA panels today don't really suffer from the same issue, and some actually prefer the VA panel over IPS or even OLED panels. So in general, I can't even say that this monitor having a VA panel is an overall downgrade. It's not too bad. This is about as overpowered a monitor can get for the price, so I highly recommend this one if you are on a stricter budget. The next monitor we're going to talk about is a little more expensive, sitting at $179. We have the Samsung Odyssey G4 25-inch 240Hz monitor. This monitor is practically the same as the last one. It has AMD FreeSync Premium, it can do 240Hz. The size is perfect for the resolution that it provides, and it's also made by a reputable company. The only upside for this monitor in particular compared to the previous one is that it has an IPS panel. This means that you will most likely have a much better experience playing with this monitor. While again, most VA panels have improved nowadays, and if you have a pretty good monitor like the one we talked about previously and the one we're going to talk about later, then you shouldn't have any problem with a VA panel. However, IPS panels will most probably not have the risk of any VA panels, while they do suffer from gray blacks, which, you know, if you do like gray blacks, then maybe that's for you. The contrast isn't great on an IPS panel, but if we're talking gaming, then it shouldn't be a problem. Samsung is also a great brand, so definitely do consider this one if you really prefer an IPS panel over a VA one. You do have to spend a little bit more, but I feel like the value is pretty good still, despite it being more expensive than the VA monitor previously. The last budget monitor we're going to talk about is none other than the AOC 27-inch 1080p 240Hz monitor. This is a great monitor, and it's the one that I'm using right now. I've had no problems with this monitor whatsoever, and when I said earlier that VA panel monitors are still great if the monitor is great, that's exactly what I mean when I'm talking about this monitor. This monitor's VA panel has great contrast, great colors, and it really doesn't affect my performance in game whatsoever. The 240Hz is awesome obviously, and of course the curved feature may be good or bad depending on the person, but in my opinion it's pretty cool. It has a 0.5 millisecond input delay, which is also really nice. I love AOC. I'm pretty sure they're considered to be the best budget brand for any monitor, so I definitely consider some of their lower end monitors if you're into that, but this one is a good shout and a great choice if you really want a 240Hz monitor on a budget. Once again, I have the Amazon links of the products I mentioned in this video for you guys to check out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.